The interrupted cranes lament. We begin, as everything does, with water. Look at this mill wheel behind Reninger's. Turning, turning, turning. Water flowing over wood worn smooth by decades of the same motion. The same ancient bargain. Gravity pulls, waterfalls, energy transfers, work happens. It's been this way since the first molecules condense from cosmic dust. The wheel turns because water seeks its level. Always down, always forward, never questioning. Water doesn't rehearse. Water doesn't practice its approach. Water doesn't stand in front of its reflection for 3 hours trying to fluff its crown feathers to the optimal angle. Water has it so easy, but watch how it moves through the mechanism, purposeful, patient, eternal. The mill doesn't fight the water. The water doesn't resent the mill. They have an understanding worked out over time about how to exist together. Unlike some camera operators and cranes I could mention, oh, and here's a statue of a deer. A statue, not even a real deer. Frozen mid-step, eternally alert, eternally going nowhere. Bronze or concrete or whatever humans make fake animals from. It stands here in the grass, and it will stand here until entropy has its final say. Do you know what's strange about statues? They're the opposite of water. Water is all change, all flow. A statue is the human attempt to make permanence from impermanence, to say, this moment, this pose, this form, let it last. But nothing lasts. Sandy. Her name is Sandy. Probably, I think. She never actually told me, but she has that Sandy energy, you know? Elegant, discerning. And I was right at the crucial part, the leap, the wing flourish, the moment where I prove I'm not just another crane, I'm the crane. And then you point your camera at me. Fine, fine. You want your 8-minute flea market tour narrated by a sexually frustrated sandhill crane? Let's do this. This southern live oak stands alone, do you see it? Spreading its massive arms over an empty field behind the flea market, Spanish moss hanging like the thoughts of centuries, Quercus virginiana. 300 years old, maybe more. It was here before Reningers, before Mount Dora, before Florida was even a name anyone spoke. It was here when this was just land. No deeds, no boundaries, no vendors selling collectibles and fresh produce under pavilions. And it stands alone. There used to be more, you know. You can tell by the way it grows. Those low, spreading branches evolved to compete for light with siblings that no longer exist. It remembers the forest it came from, even though the forest doesn't remember it. The oak knows what I know. Everything alive is a bridge between what was and what might be. Everything alive is both memory and hope, wrapped in bark or feathers, standing alone or dancing badly while someone films it. Reninger's twin markets, where the past comes to be sold to the future at negotiable prices. It's not so different from a crane colony, really. Everyone displaying their wares, everyone hoping to be chosen, everyone performing their particular dance. Mine just happens to involve more jumping. These objects have already lived full lives. They've done their job. The fact that they persist, that they get curated and cleaned and displayed under fluorescent lights, that someone might take them home and give them a second act. Is that resurrection or refusal to let go? We cranes, we mate for life, but we don't cling to things. When I'm old, I don't save the feathers. When I migrate, I don't pack mementos. Everything I need I carry in my bones and brain in the shape of my species' memory. But humans are different. They need objects to remember. They need things to hold time still, like that deer statue, like these antiques. Outside again, under the open sky, the pavilions stretch across the rolling land. We cranes never stopped migrating. We know better. I appreciate the oddities. They don't pretend to be practical or necessary. They just are. Like Spanish moss. Like my mating dance, probably, from your perspective. And above it all, the oaks. The Spanish moss swaying in the breeze. The sky that doesn't care about any of this, that will be here when the pavilions are gone, when Reningers is a memory, when whatever comes next has its moment. You know what I've realized narrating this ridiculous tour? Everything here. The mill, the statue, the oak, the market. It's all about the same thing my dance was about. The same thing Sandy was maybe starting to appreciate before we were interrupted. It's about continuation. About saying I was here in whatever language you speak, whether that's rings in an oak trunk or acorns dropped or objects curated and sold or a leap executed perfectly in the afternoon light. The watermill will turn long after today. The deer statue will stand its eternal guard. The oak will drop another season's worth of acorns playing the odds. And someone will buy that depression glass or those tomatoes or that inexplicable oddity, and the transaction will mean something to them, will become part of their story. Even this video, 8 minutes of slow motion wandering through a flea market narrated by an increasingly philosophical crane, even this will persist somehow.